Welcome to Floating Leaf Tea Podcast. I'm Showen.
And I'm Noah.
And I'm John.
Yeah.
Hi.
So today is quite relaxing for me.
Okay.
For you?
Because I have no plan.
Not for me.
Because Noah told me not to have a plan.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah. So
It's called
Noah,
improvisation.
do you have a plan?
Nope, it's all improvised.
Okay, good. Wow.
Today we're going to be talking about
Tea.
Wow. That's
Possibly
deep.
even oolong tea.
No, so actually John came in when Showen was not here and he brewed tea for me.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things we talked about was he brewed dongding and it was very smooth. It was very full. It was sweet, not over, there's a good development. I thought it was great. If I'm nitpicking though, that tea is not all about being smooth and comfortable. That's where the, artistic license comes in. You have to decide what you want to show with each tea. With that tea, I said, I think that you're not using enough leaves, not because, you have to, but if you want to have a sense of
Wait, was this the Buddha hand? We're talking about the
no,
Buddha
we're
hand,
talking
right?
about the Dongding special roast.
Okay, because it was a similar theme for both of them. I brewed the Buddha hand first, and then the dongding second.
Yeah.
And then both of them turned out really smooth.
They're very smooth, very sweet.
Good.
And
then
missing-
good. Tasted really good. I wouldn't even say they're missing something necessarily, but like I said, if I'm nitpicking and you want to bring it to the next level, when you're brewing a tea, you want to have an idea of what that tea's capable of doing. And if those teas, particularly dongding, don't have like a sense of something could go wrong. You know what I mean? Like this is kind of like there's like a, I don't remember what word I used last time. Do you remember? Or do you, not even my words, but the feeling?
I mean, there's what I recall about the Buddha hand, and it was similar, there's just there's I think one metaphor we often use here is it's like watching a movie or watching a show or watching a story. There's a tension, right? And my both of those that I brewed were lacking the sort of kind of the drama, the dramatic tension that's possible. And that was cool that I also we both recognized that was going on. I was fairly pleased with kind of the base of what was there, but it wasn't there wasn't that extra kind of wow
Stretch
factor that's wow, that's
and the wow factor for different teas is going to be different. It's not like every tea add more leaves. I brewed you a tea that I actually would like to brew today from the same garden that our Lala Shanhong tree comes from. It's a high mountain oolong though. We drank it before we went to go see a concert a couple of weeks ago. B guy.
Are we gonna drink that? We're gonna drink that today?
I was gonna drink that today because that tea has a totally different presentation. If you overleaf, that's not you don't get it's not the tension that you're looking for in that tea, right? So different personalities.
Right. You
have to make sure you understand, and then make a conscious decision. I want this. You have to have an intention. I want this to be, I want to show off the strength, and I want to show off the strength in this way, or this one has a different strength.
Yeah.
Right.
And this definitely builds on the theme of the season so far, at least for me, which has been okay, I'm in a solid place with the basic the fundamentals of what I'm looking for, and it seems I'm getting better at bringing out those fundamental things, and now it's time to start
to add a little bit more.
Yeah, because tea is not all about
teas.
check marks, right? It's
Exactly.
not just it has this, it has this, it has this, it has this. It's a great place to start if you don't know how to identify a good quality tea, like a tea that people care about when they're making it, a tea that people have, a connection to the plant, where the makers are listening, the garden is clean, that kind of stuff. That's super important. But the next step is, me as a tea brewer, I have to add my own, part to this. And if every single person along the way adds their own part to it, then you have a good tea. If the tea brewer is just spits it out, just here's what it is, not necessarily honoring all the people that came
Yeah.
before.
So it's actually tea brewing for me is a relationship between the brewer and the tea. Because for me personally, I will try to figure out the tea itself, like what is the tea, the temperament of the tea, and then what can I do to it. And sometimes I fail, I would say fail, because it doesn't taste good. And then sometimes I make it taste good. But based on the good, it's like, well, there's something beyond that to explore. So I will try different ways. And then sometimes then the tea will come back at me and say, hey, maybe there's another angle you can try to explore me as a tea. And I found that very fascinating, because even if I brew the same tea, let's say for 14 days in a row, it's not boring to me, because I'm trying to figure out some nuances of what the tea can possibly be. It's just like, for me, a tea is like a person. Is that person the same every single day? No. Like you have different temper every single day. Maybe not dramatically, I hope not. But there is something like today you feel happier, tomorrow you feel calmer, the next day you feel more antsy, for example, because something happened to you, or something is happening. So, wow, you throw me a curveball today, no?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it,
Yeah, this is good. I'm glad we're talking about it because it was a really good session. I feel like I learned a lot, and it gave me a good perspective. And we also, I think one interesting comparison that we always, were talking also about music, and Noah pointed out that when he was, getting into playing the saxophone, he was less focused on like learning the scales and all that, and more focused on just like expressing and not being afraid to get
really
loud
belting it out.
and get kind of focusing on the expression. Whereas I was actually the opposite, and I think this was interesting, and it reflects in the tea brewing also that I was more restrained, and it took me a really long time to feel like I was at a place where I was comfortable like expressing myself through this instrument. So I wonder if it's a similar kind of pattern for me where I focus on like learning, and the next step for me is the self-expression through this medium, essentially. So I thought that was a cool thing that we landed on last time too.
So maybe before we go on to the big guy, High Mountain Oolong, can you brew a special roast for me?
There we go.
Sure.
There you go. Because something you feel more familiar rather than you go into the tea that you don't feel familiar brewing. And then I think this season is all about, you see? You got a baby.
I get a little small.
Sorry, on purpose.
No, I like it. It's good.
You got a baby. Do you want to use a teapot a little bit more comfortable?
Oh,
do you remember which teapot you used last time?
I used the like square one, yeah. Oh boy.
That's good. I haven't had dongding yet today.
Yeah.
I haven't either.
So if you want to use this, that's my cup.
Okay.
That's your cup. Nobody ever used this today, and that's Noah's cup. So remember that.
All right.
Each are at the left, and then me and then her.
Okay.
I will make sure the water is all very good for you.
Okay.
So don't worry about this part.
I might need to move the microphone now.
Oh yeah.
I can try to lean over this way until I'm ready to start brewing.
I think it should be okay.
All right. I think it's like
I mean,
sensitive enough.
And you can put us whatever you like.
Okay.
Okay. Which arm? Oh.
I'm pretty low also, but it's fine. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Do you think it's ready to just go? Okay.
Yeah. Don't worry.
He's yawning.
He's yawning. It's so boring, John.
I know.
Can you make it more fun, please? Point number one, make it more fun. Make sure you're audience is
Tough
now
crowd, yeah, already.
it's not falling asleep.
Noah's my harshest critic for sure. The yawning and the buzzing. Can I use the?
Yeah, please. And then even this.
I'm not allowed to yawn, and I'm not allowed to burp.
As long as you gotta be on your best behavior for the podcast.
Brutal. I'm not allowed to make too gross of jokes.
Well, keep it PG-13. That's all I ask, man.
What about PG-18?
13 is better.
Oh. See? I feel so constrained.
Isn't PG-18 is the X-rated?
Basically, yeah.
No.
Not XR. What is X?
It would be NG-18. No guidance.
There's NC-17 also, which is the one that's like
No consent 17.
the level up.
You don't have to have consent as long as you're 17 and you go watch those movies. And then parental guidance 18 means as long as you're 18 and your parents say it's okay.
What? There's such a thing?
No,
Yeah.
you just made that up a long time ago. I've heard you say PG-16, PG-18.
Oh yeah, true. I just make up
PG-19.
this stuff.
It smells great. It smells like John.
That's
Creepy. Jinx. That's awesome.
Boy, I'm way high here.
You see that guy? It's funny.
No,
Which
I didn't
guy?
know. That was a test. You're testing me to see if I was paying attention to the brew.
Oh no. I guess I just revealed myself.
Which guy?
There's just like a half-naked guy running around out there.
Wow, so I really passed the test then, that it didn't distract me.
Yeah.
Tea drinker, please focus.
Sorry. Well, I've been drinking a tea yet, so I'm not necessarily a tea drinker.
Yeah,
No.
I'm a tea
This-
waiter.
This feels like the longest we've gone without actually drinking any tea on the podcast.
It's almost 15 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Almost 15 minutes in, we still haven't had any tea.
The audience is like, come on, guys. Like, skip
I
to
just
what
want
we're
to
here
see
for.
you drink some tea. Put it in your mouth and shut up.
Oh, jeez.
Well,
Might
as
have
long
to
as
cut
you are
that
in the
one.
session, you are a tea drinker. So
Okay.
focus.
Yeah, so
Okay.
shut up.
True. You are a tea brewer. You control the session. Tell him to behave.
I feel like I'm in a sauna with all those naked guys. Everyone's being quiet. Not a sauna, a hot spring.
Hot spring?
Hmm. Everyone's really quiet.
Really?
The guy's side, not the girl's side.
Girl side is also pretty quiet.
Seems like they're always talking on the girl's side.
No, because they are always like,
Doing a good job of censoring ourselves so far.
it's very intense in a girl side. The intention is like, please do not misbehave. Don't talk too loud. Don't jump into the pool. Nobody will jump into the pool.
Cannonball!
They'll be on the boys' side. But it's like, there's an intensity. Like, I feel like I can misbehave. I can relax sexually.
Does not have the problem of last time. You've been working on it.
I've been thinking about it for
He's
sure.
probably a little bit also nervous. Yeah.
You think it doesn't have the problem of last time?
No.
Well, I didn't taste it last time. I'll say
Right,
it's pretty strong though. It's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Almost breaking though.
I mean, kind of.
You think I'm breaking it right now?
I don't think so, no. But there's what I'm saying is there's plenty of tension that there wasn't
okay,
that there wasn't last time.
Yeah, there's a tension. There's a possibility if that person maybe have less experience of tea brewing, this tea can break. Yeah. but it's holding up. So it didn't break.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
you
wonder
can
if I'm-
see it's almost getting there.
Yeah. I wonder if I'm playing a little bit more on the edge this time as a result of that conversation last time.
No,
Ooh, wow.
I didn't control it well. Sorry.
You have to apologize to John.
Yes. Sorry, John. Sorry, John.
It's all right. Yeah, I'll say I packed more in this time than
Packed a
last
fatty
time.
bowl.
Yeah, I packed a fatty bowl.
No, but you did. You packed it real
I did, yeah.
fat.
And I actually will say it's more than I would at home on a normal day, for sure.
Still not that much, though. Can I feel?
Yeah.
What?
Well, you guys, I know you guys use a lot of tea leaves.
Thank you.
Last time I brewed this, the second one was really weird.
Don't think about that.
No, okay, yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm just for the podcast.
You're right. That was weird.
That's weird.
Don't put it in his mind, because this one will be maybe weird.
I actually don't remember what it was like last time. Second one.
Remember that was the one where it retracted itself.
Oh, yeah,
it like
that
hid
was
itself
weird.
away. Yeah,
That
it was
was
a weird
really weird.
experience.
Also, I was kind of messing with his tea a little bit.
You're messing with the tea?
I was, yeah, last time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In your mind?
Hmm.
Yeah. And also in the
And he touched
in the
it.
real life space. Yeah.
You touch it?
Yeah.
In what way?
I touched John in a bad way. No, but I did. I touched the pot. When
Yeah,
he
you
was
touched the
brewing
pot.
with the intention of changing the outcome. And I think it was like not the right thing to do.
No. Sometimes don't mess around with that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Take it, man. Drink it.
Uh-oh.
No.
What do you think?
I think I broke it.
No.
You didn't break it.
No. I won't
But
call
it's-
this broken.
It's like,
2 parts in a row is hovering.
yeah.
There's a point where if there's too much tension, it'll start to close it up again.
Mm.
And you're kind of approaching that point.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's fine, you know, you gotta try,
Mhm.
you know, if you swing one way and it's not enough and you go another
Yeah.
way and it's too much, you just play with it, you know.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong,
Yeah.
but just also good to know where it's at.
Yeah. This is definitely like the riskiest I've ever brewed this tea.
Playing it fast and loose.
Interesting.
Yeah.
In what way? More leaves?
Yeah, more leaves.
Just more leaves?
Pushed the first brew
A little bit
very
longer?
hard.
Yeah.
And then I tried to bring it back for the second one.
What I like about this brew, I would say that this infusion, although it's starting to close up a little bit, it's not completely like
Yeah.
as getting deep into like what the tea has inside of it as much as you could possibly do. It's featuring more of the tea's strength than last time. Whereas last time it was like, oh, this is a nice sweet,
Yeah.
really kind of tea broth.
Right.
That's fine for some teas, but not for this
Yeah.
tea. It's got a punch And
Yeah.
this time that bitterness is real solid
Mm-hmm.
and sitting in the back of my tongue right where I like it to be.
Yeah, it didn't go wild.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bitterness. So that's
Yeah.
that's a
Well
plus.
contained and strong enough that it anchors the tea in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like, okay, that's like, this is a special roast dongding. That's what special roast dongding is, the feature of this tea that I really like. I've been brewing this tea a lot, and I think that tastes really nice. Yeah, so this more plays to the strengths of the tea.
So let's do it again. And there are two things. One is when you warm up the teapot, also warm it up outside. That's one.
Oh, okay.
Dongding likes heat. That's one. And then second is maybe see if you can, before we get into the second round, see if you can practice this. Do it in that pot. It doesn't really matter. We are not gonna drink the rest of the infusions. Strength wise, it's actually really good. So before you put the water in, look at my shoulder. Look at my shoulder. Just relax it a little bit. And it's really hard, and then even like this, it's okay. So maybe lower it. Just try to get
Okay.
it.
Also, he's like really low down.
Yeah,
compared
I
to-
will say, yeah,
that's tough. His shoulder's like almost at the same height
Yeah,
as
so it's
as
hard
the
to-
tea tray.
So I'm pouring like up here, kind of. But it's okay.
Gotta get him a
The
phone
point
book.
still
Phone book, yeah,
still
yeah.
stands.
Actually, I
Do
have an idea.
How about that book?
How about these?
Yeah, sit down there.
See if that helps.
Oh,
Oh,
here
yeah.
you go. Here you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Yeah. And so, no hurry to get it. Like the moment you hold the pot, is actually first cue yourself here,
Shoulder.
shoulder, and
Loose.
then lower is okay, and then here you go. Just practice this one for now, and then between the first and second infusion, I'm gonna rush you just a little bit. There's heat retention. So just these three things. I think in this season, I would like to get your brewing just a little bit up to something. Here you go. Just
try it?
practice.
Okay.
Yeah. Or try a fresh new set of tea leaves.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And maybe you can aim at the.
And that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
So they can see him.
Already shows your shoulder. Very good. And then. Okay. That's good.
Hey.
What?
That was my drink.
No, we're going to see the difference.
Yeah, I know, but I want to drink it.
Oh, okay, fine. And then one more time. Oh, God.
I mean,
Oh.
can you watch the language?
I feel like I hold this a lot further down than you do. I'm trying to figure out how you do it.
It's okay, it's okay. 1 second, I'm gonna give
It's
you
okay.
this one.
Where you're holding it is great.
It's
Oh, that's
slanting.
better. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
it's slanting. Sorry, it's so messy. Here you go. Go for it, go for it. Go for it. One more time.
Yeah, when you pull it up, you add more kind of almost like
Oh,
a spin
okay.
on it.
All right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and more speed to it.
Spin,
Okay,
not
all
spit.
Oh,
Please don't
Speed.
add spit to it.
pour it into this cup. Just go for it. Imagine waterfall. Go for it. Go for it. Here you go.
Nice.
Very good. Okay, that's what I want to see. Okay, on the real thing.
All right.
If you know how to brew tea well, you can push a lot harder. You can do things that you couldn't otherwise do. So, sometimes, if the skill is not up to par, and you throw in as many tea leaves as you see a
Yeah.
tea master use, you're gonna make a crappy pot of tea.
Yes.
I've done that many times.
Me too.
But the recipe can work if you use the right kind of skills. One of those is you need to make sure that the leaves are all the way open when you're brewing. So you kind of treat the tea like a person. when you're brewing tea, you think about it's been in stasis for a long period of time.
Mm-hmm.
You have to signal to it that you're going to start brewing it. You're going to decrease the entropy, right? Increase the action. What's the word I'm trying to think of? Anyway, you're going to start making things happen. Like there's going to be action happening, right? So you have to let it know that it's going to happen before it starts happening.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do that and you use everything else is the same, then the tea leaf is not going to open up, and you're only going to get the bitter and unpleasant components, and the flavor's not going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
You just-
That makes sense, and I see what you mean, that I was like very close to going all the way to what you just described, where it was like, you know, some of that was showing up and it was like kind of overpowering the like flavor a little bit, and not balanced.
Yeah, but again, it's not that it was a bad cup of tea.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's actually quite good.
Because what happened to you, John, is you already have foundation.
Yeah.
You actually didn't break the tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah, right?
But it was close.
So you can only build up on that. And once in a while, you will F it up just like all of us did.
But there's some basic skills that you have to think about. One is really showing the tea that you're going to be, warning the tea that you're going to be brewing it. It's very, very important. So the leaves open up in a good way, like in a, copacetic way. 2 is how you pour the water in, that you really get motion inside of it. If those 2 things happen, then you can go almost infinitely strong and it still tastes good.
Mm-hmm.
Here you go. All clean up.
Oh, wait. I brewed out of one that was similar to the one that I brew out of at home.
Yeah, you brewed out of my 80s
Right.
Biaojuanhu.
Biaojuanhu. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's still
That's
good.
fine.
It's still good.
Actually, I do think that pot fits this tea better. But you guys, whatever you want to do, I can't control the situation. Let it happen.
Now that we started with this one, we have to keep going with this one.
Yeah, we keep going. So remember, warm up inside and outside.
Inside and outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tea likes heat.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna practice this.
Here you go. Already much more. You
Yeah, I
got
can
it.
see
You
the little
got
bit
it.
stronger.
Yep. And it's nothing to do with the height and how. I actually don't want you to enforce it. I want you to stay relaxed and make it stronger for this tea. And then later we can go into the big guy because it won't take that strength at all. Did you warm up outside?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Of the pot. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's wet on the lid. There's some simple observations you can make that will really increase the quality of your life.
Where is my notebook?
To beat me over the head.
I keep a notebook about how.
I thought you were going to beat me with the actual notebook.
Oh no, I use a stick.
Oh, okay.
Like the good teachers.
Let's try to get it to what you used last time,
Yeah, try to get like
Oh, you want me to use a lot
Yeah,
again?
use as much as you used last time.
last time. Yeah, try to keep
It's the
all the
same.
things the same,
Okay.
and
Because
then
you can do it, John.
you can do it.
You can use that much. It's fine.
Smell it again?
Oh, that's so sweet. It's all your fault. It's all your fault, man. Bad influence.
Me?
Mhm.
I just like smelling John's
Beautiful hand.
moist teapot.
Here you go. Go for it. Yep. Oh, really
Nice.
good already.
You know, I was reading about cooking beans recently. There's an online bean retailer who's really good. Has good quality beans, heirloom beans. And I was reading on his website about how to cook beans well, because I was getting really frustrated. Like, I was like, did the quality go down or what? Because when I cook his beans, they don't taste very good anymore. Because I was using a pressure cooker.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was reading what he says about cooking beans, and I decided to just go back to stovetop, see if I could get it down again. Sorry, I'm really distracting.
See, good brewer.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, bring it on.
He's not afraid
Yeah.
of me talking about beans.
That's right. Yeah, his mind is on the pot. That's a very good
Yeah.
sign.
He's like Darth Vader when he's thinking about choking
Yeah, because I'm
a
evil.
victim.
Excuse me.
Pure focus. Okay, back to beans. So this guy said, when you start, it's really important that you cook them at a hard boil for about 10 or 15 minutes in the beginning, and then you bring it down to a simmer. He said to let the beans know that you're the boss. And it's a funny way to say it. And I'm no bean man, no criticism or anything. But what I do like about what he said was let them know, you know. Let them know that something's about to happen, because you're communicating with this thing when you're cooking it. Anyway, it reminded me of Team Brewing, that's all. It's not that interesting, I guess.
He's super focused. That's right. He's probably not listening.
I actually kind of was not listening. I'm sorry. Something about
I knew
beans.
it. I knew it.
Something about waking them up. letting
After
them
my
know,
first 2
letting them know,
episodes,
letting
no
them
one
know.
cares about old Noah anymore.
See, there's a difference in the
Yeah,
smell.
it's great. No, it's really good.
Yep.
Yeah, John, seriously.
Opening.
Yeah.
Little Showen is in there.
Yep, and I'm not missing out on that tension either. It's
Yeah,
great.
there's a tension, but there's the roundness, there's the spreading, the broth is more opening. All the structures, if you need to check it, go ahead, pop, 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 check. That's how I check my tea, I guess. Pop, 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 pop. Okay, and then we shall linger on
Okay.
the. So between first and second infusion, this tea does like heat. I would just let you know. You go figure it out at home. How you figure it out is you make the first, second, and third infusion. For example, in between infusions, just make the pause time longer than usual.
Okay.
And then now it will be shorter than your first round, and you will see the difference. There you go. It's really good. So the aftertaste also is a bit longer than the first round already. Good. See, you can
Turns
do
out
it.
I just need to focus. Helps a lot when you focus. I also think it's just I feel already like just more relaxed getting the
Yeah.
first one out of the way. It's a lot easier for me to like be focused.
Yeah, because sometimes the first one is tighter. It's because you are more tense. Yeah, and the tea for sure can sense you. And especially a tea like this, it can actually close up. So when the tea sense you are tense, you'll be like, haha, I'm gonna show you how tense more I can get to you. Some tea are very friendly. When it senses you are tense, sometimes they actually open it up a little bit more for you to see there's a chance for improving. But some teas are not that friendly.
First good cup of tea I drank all day.
That's not true.
Should I rush the third one?
If you want to, yeah. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. The water should be still okay. And do you notice your softness is coming back now? Yeah. So your old self will come back into the tea brewing if you really watch it closely.
Cool.
Yeah. So the water becomes softer again. The first infusion was the one that you really did it, which is great because you need to open the tea with that one. Yeah.
I still feel like I'm. There's something about the second brew right now that making me feel like the most challenged. I don't know why it's so hard for me to do the second brew, but I think it's like a pattern where I'm actually like, it's hard for me to stay. It almost feels like after the first one I have this approach of like, oh, all right, I did it. I did the first one. Whew. And I think that I need to work, like, especially like mentally on just like, that was only the first one and it's time to like keep going. So I think I had that last time with the second one and it sort of closed up, and then the third one it came back but in a totally different weird way. So it's just like, I think there's a mental thing also for me that I need to like stay locked in.
Yeah. Also, actually, as a tea brewer, you push first one quite long.
On this second round?
No, first round.
Oh,
even.
yeah.
Which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I also do the same thing, by the way. I like the first one to be equally strong as the second one. Yeah. Nowadays, I don't like the tea to be kind of okay. I mean, not kind of okay, like just a teaser and then opening, like second, third one, opening, and then go to the climax and then going down. I like it to stay kind of like all the way to the top. It's not that one is better or the other. Noah and I actually kind of disagree. He likes to see this, the arch, and I don't. So
Interesting.
Yeah. Of course, I'm always more right, but it's okay. So if you do the first one that long, you might actually, sometimes it's the timing on the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like maybe you don't want to do it equally long, just a touch shorter.
And it's possible I did it like too short the second one last time. Or I went also maybe really long on the second one. I can't remember.
A little long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Also,
they
this
were
teapot
both-
has thick walls.
Yeah, this teapot definitely like behaves a lot differently than the one that I use at home. But I feel like I've brewed out of it enough that I'm starting to get a sense for it.
I'll say overall the tea has a more opening on the second try, second round of trying than the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah, first one is very big flavor though, but feels tighter.
Yeah.
This one is way rounder and then more opening and more finishing. I would prefer this round.
Same. I still would want, like, I think I could find like a in between of these two.
Yeah, and just take your time. So each time when you come to brew the tea, we'll point something out to you, and then something will start to change and register, and then you just need to practice that. And that is no joke. I practiced tea pouring into my pot for 2 years.
Yeah, I need to do more.
I mean, it's not that I don't
practice
practice right now, but I really pay attention to that thing.
I think that's probably the biggest thing that makes an impact on the outcome of your tea is the way that you pour the water in.
Yeah, it's actually every aspect counts.
There's nothing that you can just cut out. But
But that one really counts.
Yeah, if you don't do it well, it doesn't matter what your recipe is. That's what I was trying to say before.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Is recipe is important because it'll change the presentation. But if you don't pour the water in well and really get everything moving, then it doesn't matter what recipe you use. And you won't be able to pull off a really great recipe if you don't have that.
See, not bad already. You see the change. It's good that we also criticize ourselves and want to be better. I think it's a good sign.
Integral. Yeah, if you want to get better.
I have the same habit. Don't ever underestimate yourself because you are already quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
are
definitely
already.
underestimate. Like, I definitely, like...
You do, you do.
I quickly find the stuff
the
that's
faults,
not there.
yeah.
But that tasted, like I said, that's maybe the best cup of tea that I've had today.
Oh, that's...
The
Whoa.
second infusion.
How about the morning tea?
It was great. It was also great.
Oh,
It was also great.
God, brace yourself, you monster.
We better cut.
This was inspired though, and that was like great. But like you could tell, John is like really working at something.
I was working.
You were, but you weren't like it wasn't like the Rocky theme, you know.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I could hear that, you know.
I
And
kind of
you're-
felt that way too.
know
Like
what I
I
mean?
felt
Yeah.
I felt like there's, and ever since we had that session last time, I've had that like kind of on my mind when I brew is like trying to, or not like I'm not like trying to do anything, but I'm just like trying to be more aware of that conversation, that idea. I wouldn't say that I'm like trying to change too much like of the way that I brew it.
Just some details.
Yeah.
And then just we do this more years than you do, so I see more details
Right.
on what you are doing. That's about it. Like if you see me playing drum, you'll be like, okay, show it first.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I thought it tasted. I thought it tasted great.
Yeah, it tastes really good.
Even the first one was not bad.
Yeah, you didn't break it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell you, just let somebody brew that tea for as long as you did.
With that
and
many leaves.
It was that many leaves,
Yeah.
and I guarantee you the tea will be broken.
I think
It's not
other
even a
thing,
joke.
The other concern that I have, acknowledging that I did not break it and I'm happy about that, is just I think there's also like don't always have like a good internal feeling of how long it's been. Where like, you know, the fact that I can't really remember if I brewed the second one like long last time or short.
That's okay. You just
Is
need
like,
more
you know,
attention. Like
Yeah.
pour a little bit out, or if you're using a Gaiwan, it's a lot easier because you can just open it and look inside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would be
Yeah.
good then. Later, only later though, but maybe in the end of the season, I find a way to watch if the liquid is ready or not. It just pour some out. And it's nothing to do with the color. It's something to do if they are blended together.
You're looking for a texture. I mean, the color is also important.
Yeah, it's actually important.
gotcha.
The
Yeah,
color is very important.
yeah, but it's actually like the color and the liquid is blended more together. That means it's ready.
Cool.
Yeah, more ready than not. Yeah.
Or you could say you're looking for it to be oily.
Yeah.
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 Versus
Cool.
kind of watery.
So that's it for the session.
Yeah, that was great.
It was great. Thank you so much for brewing the tea. You are great.
Thank you.
Right?
You're great.
You guys are great.
No, you're great.
Oh, you're great.
No, you're also great.
It's like, how do you do hard? I can't even do hard.
Aw.
How do you do hard? Like this? Oh, my heart is broken.
That's not super good.
This
That's
is
pretty good.
It's like
There
a
you go. No, that's actually
There you go.
it's hard
Yeah.
to everybody.
Yay.
That's like an anatomically correct heart because they're more like
Kind of like this.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Thank
See
you.
you next week.
Bye bye.